Well, we are very vulnerable because we import just over 50% of the gas that we use. And we use gas for heating, for backup electricity, and for industry. And so we are very exposed to things that cause higher gas prices, like potentially a war in Ukraine.
And if we look to countries like the United States of America, who are much more energy independent and I suppose more insulated from that, they've pursued certain policies over the last 15 or so years that have meant they have a great deal of domestic gas production, whereas we simply haven't. Is it your view that we should ramp up domestic supply?
Well, I think the government's recognised that producing more gas in the North Sea is a good idea, and they've changed the policies the last few weeks really to encourage that. What they haven't done is recognise that the big change that's happened in America is the development of onshore shale gas, which means that America is now the largest producer of gas in the world. They're the largest exporter of LNG, and really our economy now relies on US shale gas. But we've got a moratorium. The UK government has banned the production of shale gas, and really that probably does need to be looked at on the basis of we need gas. There is no alternative to gas. We need it for at least 10 or 15 years. And if we're buying the gas from the US, which we are at the present time, every time a ship of LNG comes to the UK, we give them £200 million. So we get no production tax, we get no jobs, and it's very high greenhouse gas for the planet if you look at that shale gas. Whereas if we could produce that gas in Lancashire and replace that £200 million worth of imports, the gas might still cost £200 million. I'm not really one who argues that we'd have cheap gas from shale. I think that's a bit of a misunderstanding. The gas might still be worth £200 million. But if we developed it like the Norwegians do with a state-owned gas company, we'd make about £100 million profit and tax from that, which could, for example, it could probably insulate really well sort of 20,000 houses in Blackpool. That's from one LNG ship. And the week after, we'll have another LNG ship. We'll do another 20,000 houses. And the week after. And then by insulating our houses, we reduce the demand for gas. So we need less ships. So it sounds an obvious thing to do. We call it produce gas, tax it, and insulate. And it's a really good idea, and there's not really any downsides. And it's a bit annoying that the government isn't really prepared to sort of listen to this argument.